folks, what's up? Welcome to the weekend. This is Michael. Guess who? This is Michael in the wee hours of the night on the graveyard shift to get your day and your weekend started with a brand new trivia question. Now, the answer to the previous trivia question, which I hope you were able to answer, my goodness gracious, was the Emancipation Proclamation. Come on, folks. Shame on you if you didn't know the answer to this. Now, this was essentially an executive order. It's exactly what it was. Its official title was Proclamation Number 95, the Emancipation Proclamation. It was July 22nd of 1862 when Lincoln gathered all the president's men, if you will. Great movie, by the way, Robert Redford. He gathered all of Dustin Hoffman too, Woodward and Bernstein, and he sent over his plan to issue a proclamation that all enslaved people in the states currently engaged in rebellion against the Union shall be then thenceforward and forever free. He would go on to issue what went down in history as the Emancipation Proclamation on September 22nd of that year, which would go into effect of January 1st of 1863. Brilliancy. The proclamation changed the legal status of more than 3.5 million African Americans in the Confederate States, from enslaved to free. Slaves were to be permanently free if they could flee to the Union lines, or they would be free through the advancement of federal troops. Additionally, and most importantly, the proclamation allowed for former slaves to be received into the armed service of the United States. It was a great recruitment effort. In other words, all liberated slaves can now become the liberators in our great country, the United States of America, all across the land. That's what I'm talking about. Again, folks, brilliant politics, brilliant maneuver, brilliant strategical planning. The Emancipation Proclamation captured the hearts of and imagination of millions of Americans while upsetting slave and plantation owners and the Confederate. Exactly what he wanted it to do. Kind of poke and prod. Get up under their skin a little bit. Get them angry. And it fundamentally transformed the character of the war and set a decisive course for how the nation would be reshaped forever thereafter. It's perfect politics is what I call it. It truly is. Couple of cool geek factoids that prove that point. It provided a timeline, so the buildup was essential. Everybody was when he issued this, everybody was just anticipating January 1st of 1863. It allowed for planning on both sides, but especially for the Union Army and the slaves that would be free. It was expansive in wording, yet limited really in actuality in many ways. Again, perfect politics. It transformed the character of the war and outright redefined it entirely by enabling the liberated to become liberators, as I referenced earlier. And by the end of the war, almost 200,000 black soldiers and sailors had fought for the Union and freedom. It was an exceptional example of Lincoln as a politician in a time of national crisis. After January 1st, 1863, every advance of federal troops and Union victory would be seen, and of course went down in history as an expansion of freedom in the United States. And it all began with the Emancipation Proclamation. Again, folks, shame on you if you didn't get this. You would be surprised how many people, just solely on the way I worded the question, would not know that. But good for you if you did. And that brings us to the weekend. And to get it kicked off, here's a brand new trivia question for July 23rd on this day in 1982. I miss the 80s. 80s were so good. I love the 80s. On this day in 1982, actor Vic Morrow and two child actors were tragically killed in an accident involving a helicopter during the filming of this movie, which was a remake of an anthology television series from the 1960s. Good luck, folks. Have a good weekend. Be safe, everybody. Stay cool in this heat. My goodness. And peace out.